And bring your blocks over there. They're not over there already. And let's come on down. We're gonna roll down and let's start with our breath. So nice slow inhales and exhales. And start to roll the shoulders down so you feel the back gently opening with each breath. And then we're going to do angel arms with the pelvic tilt. So slowly bringing the arms out and up and pressing the back down and releasing just gently. And let's do a couple more. And the next time we're going to roll the hips up and bring the arms up and stretch the arms and then slowly bring them down with the hips. And we'll do a few more of these. And we're going to do one more and really stretch, and let's hold ourselves up and take a few breaths. Stretch through the fingers and the arms, wiggle your fingers. So for all the cooks out there, just kind of wiggle your fingers in case you've been doing a lot of chopping. And then we're going to roll the hips down and bring the arms down. And let's take our knees, we're going to do our spinal twist, so knees over to the right, and take the left arm out to the left and breathe. And a couple more slow breaths. And then let's roll the legs to the other side. We're going to take our right arm out, just wherever you feel that deep stretch, and lengthen and breathe. And a couple more deep breaths. And let's gently come back to the center. So we're going to bring the elbows in and out, goalpost, and then slowly together. And they don't have to touch all the way, just so you feel the stretch in the back and use your breath. And let's do one more. And we're going to put our hands behind our head, and let's bring the right knee up to the left elbow and switch. And feel that stretch. And one more. And then our regular crunches. Squeeze the legs together. And this is for all those carbs. And one more like this. And then let's start to stretch the legs straight up and bend and tap the feet down and do a few more. And then one more. And let's put our feet down again. Bring the arms down. We're going to put our hands on our belly and feel the breath. Close your eyes. Notice any circulation in the legs. And then we're going to open our eyes and take our hands down and roll the hips up. And take a few more breaths, stretching through the back. And we're going to bring our hips back down. And we're going to take our right leg up, straight up, and bend and straighten, and just do a few more, same leg. So for the knee people, especially, but for all of us, just waking up the knees. And one more time. And then let's put our right foot down. We're going to do the same thing with the left leg, straight up and bend, and keep that pressure going in there so you are flexing the foot. And a couple more times. And now we're going to release. Put the foot down. We're going to grab a hold of our block. Lift the hips up and put it underneath us. And let's lift our legs straight up and point and flex. And then circles with the feet. And then circle in the other direction. And we're going to open and close the legs. So pressing the hips down and slow it down. So we're feeling the center of gravity. And two more. Now we're going to bend our legs 90 degrees, open the knees out and in. And two more. And let's do tapping of the toes down with each foot. And then flexing the feet, the heels tap down. And one more. And then we're going to straighten the legs straight out, one at a time, and in. So controlling the movement. And we're going to slowly start to walk the legs up as we do this. And then walk the legs down. And then legs together, straight out and in. And 5 more. And let's straighten our legs up toward the ceiling, point the toes, big circles with the legs. So different muscles in the legs as we circle. And we're going to circle in the opposite direction. And 1 more. And now let's cross the right foot over the left thigh. So we're going to bring the legs closer to the chest for the stretch. So for the right piriformis, keep the alignment with the legs and the hips. And then slowly bring the legs down a little bit so you can uncross and go to the other side. Left foot over the right thigh and feel that stretch. And 2 more breaths. And then we're going to bring the legs down and uncross. Let's walk the feet together, legs together, and lift and lower. Pressing the feet down, hips lifting and lowering. And a few more. So we're strengthening the pelvic floor. Let's do 3 more. And then take the block away. We're going to put our hips down. And let's move the block a little bit out of the way. And we're going to lift the legs, the knees to the chest. Let's make circles here. Take a few breaths and circle in the opposite direction. And then we're going to roll over to our left side. And we haven't done any leg lifts for a while, so we're going to lay down on our left arm, right hand on our right hip, and let's lift and lower the leg up, slowly down, halfway down, and keep going. And let's hold the leg up. And we're going to point the toes, 5 little circles. And in the opposite direction. And let's take the right leg out in front of us, reach the right arm over our head so we can roll the chest open and breathe. And feel that line of energy in our body opening. And 3 slow breaths. And we're going to bring everything back to the center, and we're going to sit up and cross our right leg over the left leg and twist to the right. And since we're already here, let's slide the right knee over the left knee for Gomukhasana. A little or a lot, try to even the hips down and sit up tall. Let's look up and then slowly looking down, so chin toward the chest, and try that again. Inhale and look up, and exhale, chin toward the chest. And then just hinge forward or sit right where you are, 3 more breaths. And we're going to come back to the center and uncross. And let's do the whole thing on the other side. So we're going to lay down on our right hip and the right arm and lengthen through the legs, flexing the feet. Let's lift that left leg up slowly and lower down halfway. And we're even working our waistline. And let's hold the leg up and point the toes, 5 little circles. And then go in the opposite direction. And we're going to take our leg out in front of us, reach the left arm up over our head, stretch and open the chest and breathe in our spinal twist. And 3 more breaths. Now we're going to bring everything back to the center and sit up. And let's cross the left leg over the right, twist to the left and breathe. And then try Gomukhasana on this side. So left knee over the right knee, a little deeper stretch. We're going to hold the leg, the top leg, and inhale and look up. Exhale, chin toward the chest slowly. And let's try that again. Inhale and look up. Exhale, looking down. And then wherever you are, you can hinge forward a little bit. 3 more breaths. And let's release. So we're going to sit in a straddle pose, widening our legs, taking a few more breaths and being comfortable. We're going to reach the arms up, inhaling up. Now we're going to use the obliques. Let's lean to the right and take another breath. And then we're going to come on up and go to the left. Same thing. Right hip stays down. And let's come back up and then hands down. We're going to hinge a little bit farther forward. Now we're going to walk ourselves over to the right leg and keep the left hip down. And over to the left. And then to the center, we're going to come on up and take our right hand down, reach over with the left arm, and take a few breaths here. If your neck is bothering you, just hold the head. Otherwise, let's take another deep breath. Feel that lengthening. And we're going to come over to the other side, left hand down, right arm over. And then back to the center. Let's sit up tall, hands to our heart. And roll the shoulders down and breathe. Feel the lengthening of the spine. And we're going to release, and we're going to try our pretzel pose. So let's sit on our block. We're going to bring our right leg, bend it in the center, left leg behind if you can. And still working on the hips. Let's let that left hip relax and gently twist to the right and breathe. And then we're going to forward fold, hinging from the hips. And as we come on up, let's try our side stretch. Left hand down, right arm over. And then right hand down, left arm over. And we're going to come back to the center and switch our legs, our pretzel legs. So our left leg bends in front, right leg behind if you can. And let's let the leg stretch out. Also, it's the quad stretch that's really a good one here. So we're going to twist to the left. And then forward fold, hinging from the hips. And come back to the center, right hand down, left arm over. I wish you could hear the crows. They are just talking away out there, having a Thanksgiving convention. And then over to the other side, left hand down, right arm over. And back to the center. So we're going to put both feet down. We're going to do our stretch, so arms through the legs and lengthen and hinge forward and breathe. And allow this stretch to happen. Let's take 5 slow breaths. And a couple of extra breaths. So we're really getting into a deeper stretch here. Allow the head to just lengthen down so you get a deeper stretch in your back. And then we're going to come on up and we're going to walk our legs together. Hug them in and twist to the right. And twist to the left. And to the center. So we're going to sit crisscross applesauce because we're going to do some stuff for our chest here. So feel your clavicle bones. Feel these bones. Everybody's been dealing with turkeys. You know where the breastbone is. And just start to rub this or tap this, your choice, and all around the chest, the sternum area. We've done this before, but just tap those bones. And a couple more times. And then just release, palms facing up on your lap, and close your eyes. Notice if there's any shift or change. That vibration stays with us in our body. So now we're going to take our hands wherever we were, and we're going to start to go up toward the neck into the head. Just gently, by the ears, just wherever you feel like you need to go. So those connections here in the sternum area, all of these connections with the fascia, we're always holding our head up. You can even move to the upper back, which is always a good place. So just give yourself a little massage and feel. You can close your eyes or keep your eyes open. Especially for everybody who's been working in the kitchen and standing and holding their head up. But for everybody, we all carry a lot of tension in here. The head weighs a lot. And then go onto your head and do a little massage. Doesn't have to be a lot. We're just stimulating, the nerve endings there. We've got a lot in the head. That's why it feels so good when we wash our hair or have somebody wash your hair. And a couple more times. Waking up the scalp. And then find your ears and just go around your ears. Just wake up the nerves around there. And finally, the jaw. So we're going underneath the jaw with the thumbs. So it's like you're drawing with your thumbs, going up into the jawline and just massaging. And you can massage all of your facial muscles and breathe. And let's gently release hands, palms facing down on our lap, and close our eyes and breathe. Notice now how the breath comes slowly into the belly and the mid-chest, and we've activated the upper chest, so just notice any differences. And take a few more slow breaths. And then we're going to open our eyes and we're going to take our right ear toward the right shoulder. Easy does it. Doesn't have to go far, just feel that stretch. Take another breath. And let's go to the other side. So all this is in kind of slow motion. Sometimes our neck, it's kind of like a vice in there. Let's come back to the center, and then we're going to turn just the head to the right. And take another breath. And then over to the left. And back to the center. And we're going to add on, we're going to take our right shoulder and go up, back, and down. And then the other one. And follow that movement with your head just comfortably. Do a few more with the breath. And let's try going now in the opposite direction with that shoulder roll. A little snap, crackle, pop. And then we're going to take both arms and bring the elbows up and around. So we're widening, we're starting to make this big circle with the arms and the breath. And now we're going to make it even bigger with both arms coming up and down around. Only where it's comfortable, listening to your body. So we're going to try that going in the other direction. And if your shoulders are tight, just do it easily and comfortably. And one more time. And then let's twist to the right and twist to the left, kind of like a dance move. One more time, twist to the right and over to the left and back to the center. And now we're going to come off of our block. And let's come on over to hands and knees, or for the knee people, maybe just come on up to a downward dog. We're all going to get there. So let's lift our hips and just stretch out the legs one at a time, pressing one heel down and then the other. And let's walk to the top of our mat, and we're just going to hang here in our forward fold. You can bend the knees, let the head hang. So we're going to shake the head yes and no. And then rolling all the way up, one vertebrae at a time, reaching the arms out and up. And hands to our heart in Tadasana, twisting the upper body to the right and then to the left. Let's come to the center, elbows to our thighs. Take another breath and forward fold, and then right leg back for our lunge. And take a couple of breaths here to lengthen the whole leg. Step back, down dog, and right leg lifts up and steps forward, and the left steps forward. Let's try our rolling up again, one vertebrae at a time. Arms come out and up, hands to our heart, and we're going to twist the upper body to the left and then to the right, back to the center, and then elbows down again, feeling the weight coming into the hips a little bit more, and forward fold. Let's step our left leg back to our lunge and take a few breaths. So if you need the blocks, especially those cork blocks, because they're nice and sturdy, you can always use your blocks. Let's step back with the right leg for downward dog. Left leg lifts up and steps forward. And then the right. Let's try halfway up. We're going to do a couple of these. Forward fold. And then do that again. So it's like a cat-cow here. And forward fold. And we're going to come all the way up to standing. And let's bring our arms down by our sides. So we're going to work on our posture. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Lengthen through your fingers. So they're kind of like antennae. We're going to take our right leg out in front of us, point the toes. And just hold that. And then take the right leg back, we're in the center, and switch. Left toes out in front of us. and then foot back. Let's reach the arms up, and then diving down in a forward fold. Let's step back to downward dog, and take 3 slow breaths. And let's come into our plank and back to dog. We're going to do a few more of these. So palms are pressing down. And let's stay in our plank and take 3 breaths. And we're doing a big push-up. Either bring your knees down or chaturanga all the way down. And 5 cobras. And then we're going to bring our arms over our head. So we're going to practice. We're going to bend our right leg, and this might be enough. Just feel that bend, feel that happening, and then switch, flexing the foot. We're going to go back to the right leg, and as we bend the leg, we're going to lift and lower 5 times, using those glutes. And then put the leg down, let's switch. Left leg bends, lift and lower 5 times. Really good. So let's take our arms out in a T, right ear down to the mat. And lift the left leg up behind us. We're going to go in another spinal twist and reach the leg over and breathe. And let's switch. We're going to bring the left leg down and put the left ear down on the mat. Lift the right leg, reach behind you. It's also a pretty good shoulder stretch. Let's put the leg down and then bring our hands underneath the thighs. And we're going to lift everything up and lower down, and 5 more. Use the breath. And 1 more. And let's press back to child's pose. And 3 breaths. Let's come into downward dog. And we're going to practice those lunges. So right leg up, step the leg forward, reach the arms up, high lunge or warrior 1, whatever you prefer, and take another deep breath. And let's twist to the right and cross the left elbow over, hands together. And left hand down, right arm up, or behind your low back if your shoulder is a little tight. And then we're going to come back to down dog. And let's switch left leg up. Step the leg forward and arms up, high lunge or warrior 1 with the heel down. And twist to the left, arm crosses over, hands together. Right hand down, left arm up and a twist. Back to down dog. The This time, let's try our warrior two, so right leg up, step the right leg forward, and let's see about our warrior two. Roll the shoulders down. And then reverse, left arm down, right one up. And let's take the forearm down, left arm over, and one big circle with that left arm, following it with your eyes. And we're going to come back to reverse, left arm down, right one up. And then warrior two. And let's take 3 more breaths. And we're going to straighten the right leg out. So let's try Trikonasana. We might have to bring our legs a little closer so we can lengthen to the right, hand down, left arm up. And take a couple more breaths. And let's slowly come on up. And we're going to reach both arms up over our head. And then a forward fold. Let's take our hands down to the mat and go side to side with the legs. And let the head release. And we're going to come all the way up, reaching up. And let's come into our warrior two, left foot out. And then reverse, right arm down and left arm up. And let's bring the forearm down, and again, we're going to bring the right arm over, one big circle. So we're feeling the stretch. We're going to come into reverse, right arm down and left arm up. And then warrior two. Let's take 3 more breaths. And we're going to straighten our left leg for Trikonasana. And let's bring the leg a little closer so we could really lengthen to the left. Bring the hand down, right arm up. And a couple more slow breaths. And let's come all the way up. We're going to reach the arms up. And then let's bring our arms around behind us to clasp our hands. Inhale, looking up and forward fold. So we're just going to hold this here for 3 slow breaths. And let's gently come back up and reach both arms up. Let's try our goddess pose. We're going to turn our feet out and bring the arms open and closed. And one more. Last deep breath. And let's reach the arms up and come back to down dog. And we'll take 3 breaths here. We're going to come into our child's pose. And we're going to sit up on our heels and twist to the right. And then twist to the left. And let's try our rabbit pose today. We're going to clasp our hands behind us. Inhale, looking up and forward fold and lift the hips up, arms off of our head. And one more breath. And we're going to sit back on our heels and release our hands. And take a couple more slow breaths. Let's try our puppy pose. We're going to lift the hips up and take 3 breaths in puppy. And we're going to come into our sphinx and put our belly down and breathe. Feel the spine lengthening. And let's come on, bring our arms down and try our dancer on our belly. So holding the right foot with the right hand and flexing the foot. And then let's switch. And we're going to hold our left foot. And then release and press back to our child's pose. So we're going to roll over to the right hip. So we can do our twist to the right. Take a couple more slow breaths. And then let's roll over to the left hip and then twist to the left. And let's take our legs out in front of us. So we're going to sit in our dandasana, feel the back of our legs pressing down, twist the upper body to the right. Breathe into the twist, and then over to the left. And let's try our forward fold here in the center. We're going to take a few breaths, breathing into the spine. And let's take 3 more breaths. And slowly come on up so we can roll down on our back. And we're going to bring our knees to our chest and feel. You could rock a little bit or just hold and breathe. And then grab a hold of your feet or your ankles in Happy Baby and see how that feels. Feel the hips, releasing any tension. And let's take 3 more breaths. And then we'll bring our feet together, Baddha Konasana. Let's roll the head to the right. And then over to the left. And back to the center. And we're gonna put our feet flat on the mat so we can roll the hips up. And take a few breaths. Notice the difference in your back. And then rolling the hips down, knees roll to the right in our spinal twist. Just find a comfortable twist for you. And then over to the other side. Easy does it. And back to the center. So we're going to do our Viparita Karani today and use our block and lift the hips up so we can lift the legs straight up and drain the legs and breathe in our final pose. Immediately coming into the breath as we feel it in our belly and mid-chest and the upper chest. Softening the entire body. Feeling the ribs expanding with each breath. And slowing the breath down. Notice how the hips are pressing down so our body is supported on Mother Earth. And we're giving thanks for Mother Earth, for all of our blessings and our bounty every day. And feeling that gratitude for our heartbeats and each breath. And we're taking a moment to pause and give thanks. And also wishing ourselves good health and harmony, peace to our communities and homes and families, as well as our brothers and sisters everywhere. And now we're going to bend our legs and put our feet back on the mat and just take another breath so we could feel this consciously. And we're going to lift our hips up and take the block away and then roll to the side. And let's come on up to our seated position and bring our hands to our heart. And take that slow inhale and sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Marion. That was wonderful.
Thank you. Happy pie, Loretta. Happy.
Thank you, and happy
Enjoy your
holiday to all of
seafood.
you.
We will. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Save us a piece of pie now.